G'day and welcome to this episode number 79 of the My Lean Business Coach podcast. Today we're talking about lean supply chain. So this is the first of a new series I'll be running with this year, taking us through the elements of a lean supply chain system. Just like every other lean implementation, lean supply chain is not just a set of tools. It's a method and a system. Yes, it will include all of the tools of lean: 5S, visual management, TPM, standardized work, Kaizen, Jidoka, and of course just in time. You may think this series will be heavily focused on just in time, as this is often seen as the area in a holistic lean system where supply chain will be providing its value. And that is an obvious connection. However, I thought I would take a different approach and work with you on how all the tools can work within supply chain to create a lean system where value to the customer is the number one objective. I see this often isn't the case within supply chains, as we can become very inwardly focused. So before we even look at any of the tools and how they can help in a supply chain environment, let's look at a couple of high level areas to get started. Firstly, what is a supply chain? Who are the customers? And strategic direction. Firstly, what is a supply chain? We're better to define the name than to go to the dictionary. I've seen so many variants to the definition of supply chain from experts, many of them just don't work for me. I find the Collins Dictionary definition to be the best. A supply chain is the entire process of making and selling commercial goods, including every stage from supply of materials and the manufacture of the goods through to their distribution and sale. I think it's pretty clear. So now on to customers. Who are they? We have internal and external customers, which we all know about. And similar to a metric, I like to think of the external customer satisfaction as a lag indicator, because their satisfaction with your service is an outcome or result that cannot be measured easily inside the process or system, but becomes very obvious and clear later when they either complain and leave or recognize good service and recommend your business. Internal customers may seem pretty obvious at first glance, being production and sales, but it goes far deeper than this though. I recently ran a workshop with the supply chain team where we identified 15 different internal customers. So it's important to dig deep when thinking about who your internal customers are. Lastly, I always look at the supplier network as primarily customers as well. Our product to them is information. This is forecasts, purchase orders, and other information. With all of this, the end customer must be the overall focus, and everything we do must provide value to this customer. The very different definition of a lean supply chain. This brings us to strategic direction. The strategic objectives need to take two elements into account. Firstly, the overall organizational goals and objectives. We have to ensure that what we are doing within a supply chain is working towards and not against the organization and its objectives. It should be possible to make a direct link between the strategies of a supply chain and those of the broader business. To be a lean supply chain, we need to be looking at our strategies and processes and eliminating waste to increase the value to the end customer, and really all customers for that matter. If these two elements are driving your strategic direction, then you'll be on the right foot. Next time we'll talk about the tools of lean and how to use them to create a lean supply chain. But first, a word from our sponsors. Nimblex is an Australian-made and owned, highly flexible web-based software platform. We create business management solutions that fit your requirements without the need for code writing, long lead times, and big budgets. Their key off-the-shelf solutions include procurement, contract, risk, safety, quality assurance, grants, vendor, or a complete custom solution. Their OTS solutions may fit 50%, 75%, or 100% of your requirements, and their custom solutions will cover the rest, resulting in a solution that suits you and your business. Hosted in a cloud environment, on a subscription, or installed on your own server. Visit nimblex.com.au for more information. So that's it from me today. I appreciate you listening again, and we'll see you next time on the lean side.